Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Megan, and I'm here, I almost said, with a library prediction, and that is not what we're here for. We are here for a book haul. I bought books. I bought a lot of books recently. I went to a bunch of independent bookstores in Toronto and I bought lots of books. So today we're going to get into it and I'm going to unhaul. No, I'm not going to unhaul. I'm just going to show you my haul because I'm not getting rid of them, obviously. So before I start, I just wanted to, part of my haul is my birthday. And so for my birthday, I received this. This is Creepshow by Stephen King. So this is a graphic novel of the movie. So Stephen King wrote the script for the movie, and then I guess years later they decided, hey, we're gonna make a comic, or not a, well, I guess you can call it a comic book. We're gonna make a graphic novel of your script basically and of the movie. So this will be my next read. I mean, it's so thin that I'm like, I'm gonna get through this really quickly. So I'm really excited to read this and to watch the movie because I've never seen the movie before. I think there's actually a few adaptations, or I think there's a few movies in the series, and then there's a TV show spinoff, so excited to read that. Then my next thing that I also got for my birthday was Stephen King's Different Seasons short story collection. She thick. I wanted, like, this will be not the next one after Creepshow, but the one after, but this isn't the cover I exactly wanted, and I'm torn between keeping this one or just buying the cover that I want. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it just yet, so this is this for now until I figure out what I'm doing, but I'm excited to have it because I will eventually be reading it very, very soon. Alright, let me get into the books from the bookstores. So the first book store. Okay, before I start jumping into all of it, I'm going to leave a link to my blog post that has all of the links and the addresses and the social medias to all of these bookstores in the in the description below, so that you guys can check it out. So I'm not like going like, oh, find this bookstore at blah blah blah. So that's what we're doing. So the first one I went to was Book City, and I got The Sunbearer Trials by Aidan Thomas. This is their newest book. I've heard mixed reviews about this one, but I've liked everything that they've written so far. I mean, a lot of people didn't like Lost in the Neverwoods, but I actually really enjoyed that one. So, I mean, I really liked the vibes it gave out. So, I'm just here to buy all of their books. And so this is the next one that came out. It came out this year. So I'm excited to get to this one. Then the next bookstore I went to was called Type Book. And I bought this book. I don't know, can you even see it? This is called Signal to Noise by Silvia Moreno Garcia. I don't know what this is about, but my goal right now is to buy all of her books because I've liked every single one of her books that I've read so far. So this is, every bookstore I go to, I go to check to see if like they have any of her books and any of the ones that I don't have. A lot of them had Velvet Was the Night and Mexican Gothic, which I already own, so I'm like actively searching for ones that I don't. So this was one of the ones that I didn't have, so very excited to get to this one. The next bookstore I went to was called The Book Exchange, and oh, my books are falling, and so I can't see. So here's, oh, there. So Anne of Green Gables. I bought the box set of Anne of Green Gables because last year I bought just the first one, Anne of Green Gables, and I read it this year and I truly loved it. And I don't know why I waited so long to read that because it's so good. So I've been searching and searching and searching for like a really good box set, and I got this at a really good price too. So I'm so excited to continue on with Anne's adventures because I love Anne. Anne is the greatest. Why haven't I read more? That is my question in life. That's my question, you know? Also, from the Book Exchange, I bought The Iliad by Homer. So I've been doing a lot of I've been doing a lot of classic reading. I've decided to take on a classic reads project because I like taking on projects. Ha! So, I've started, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I've started reading it's a reread of Pride and Prejudice, and I just, basically do about a chapter a day. So, my next one is, I'm hoping to read the Iliad. I found 2 websites that I really like that are, top 100 classics you need to read, and I've kind of been going back and forth between the 2 of those websites, and this one's on there, and then they also recommended The Odyssey, also by Homer. So after I read the Iliad, I plan on reading the Odyssey. So these 2 books are next. And this cover looks so cool. I like the eye. The eye is really cool. So those are those 2. Then the next bookstore we went to was A Good Read. And I bought a Stephen King book. My first Stephen King book. Leslie's Story. I feel like no one knows how to pronounce that. I've read this book. I just don't own it, so now I own it, and I will be rereading it once I get to that book, whenever I get to it, because this is a early 2000s book, I think, or 2009 book, so this is not happening anytime soon, but I like how floppy it is, and I remember liking the story, so I'm very excited to get to this story. So then, the next bookstore we went to was another story bookshop, and I bought this beautiful book. Oh, it's so gorgeous. I bought Heart of the Sun Warrior by Sue Lin Tan. I literally just finished reading the first book, which was Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I rated that 5 stars. It was so good. It was I don't know how to describe it. It hit me in the chest, and I loved it so much. The writing was so beautiful. The plot was I could take or leave with a few things, but to me, it was all about the characters and just them coming together, and the writing was just so beautiful. So I'm very excited to see where the story continues in this duology. So this is the second book. So that's this one. I feel like I have a sneeze coming on. I hate that because I'm just gotta power through. Oh, my phone doesn't want to open. Alright. The next bookstore I went to was called She Said Boom. Didn't know this was a bookstore. We just happened to pass this, and I was like, there's books in the window. Interesting. Maybe we should go there. And they are used books. They sell used books and records and music. I think they have CDs too. So I'm just like, oh, interesting. So I bought another Stephen King book. So this is Joyland. Yes, Joyland by Stephen King. So I've seen this one around, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Not realizing after I bought it, this is the second book in some sort of trilogy that this is. I don't remember what trilogy is this called. I don't know. I just know it's Hard Case Crime. I think that's the trilogy. And so I'm like, well, I'm not getting to this one anytime soon because this one came out in the 2010s somewhere. So I'm like, I'm not getting to this one anytime soon, but this is a cool cover, so I'm like, I'll just pick it up. My phone keeps closing on me, and I'm like, that's where all the bookstores are. Alright, the next bookstore we went to was actually called the Monkeys Paw, and they were a bookstore that sold all really, really, really old books. I didn't buy anything there because there was nothing that, if you're a collector of books, that's a place for you, but I'm like, I'm a collector of books, but these books were just, I'm like, I would never read them. They're not for me. But if that's your thing, I say, hey, check it out. So the next bookstore we went to that I bought something was called Zoinks Music and Books, and I bought 1984 by George Orwell. Look at this cover. It's so cool. I now have a few of books like this. Earlier this year I bought Dorian Gray in this. It's printed by Paper Mill Press, and they have a whole collection of classics like this, and they're just super, super, super beautiful. And I know that on those lists that I was looking at for classics, 1984 is on there, so one day I'm going to get to that, and I'm going to be reading this beautiful edition. I can't wait. And then that also leads me, so the next bookstore we went to was Doug Miller's books, and I bought another one. This is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, and also in this really cool, when I move it, really cool, I can't wait. I've never read Frankenstein. So I'm very, very intrigued, and I can't wait to get to that in my classics project, because so many people have read it and loved it, and I can't wait. So that's this one. I also bought a Stephen King book while I was there, and I bought Insomnia. I've never read this one. This one I think is coming up soon. It's chunky. I didn't realize how big it was, but I was like, damn. So I'm excited to get to this one because it looks really cool. And I was excited because I'm also like, ooh, I haven't read this one, so there's that. I mean, I also haven't read Joyland. I should say that I haven't read that. The next bookstore we went to was Seeker's Books. I feel like I've been there before, because I think I bought my copy of The Dead Zone by Stephen King there. So, of course, I bought myself another Stephen King book there. This is The Eyes of the Dragon. This one will be coming up very soon for me to read. And I mean, it's just really cool looking. Like, I really like the cover of this. There was, I think, oh, the chapter. Like, look at how this chapter, like, it opens. It's so cool. I can't wait to read this. Oh, and I think there's pictures inside. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold the phone. Yeah, there are, like, illustrations inside. That's actually really cool. I can't wait to read this. I'm glad that this one's coming up really soon, too. I think after different seasons, this one comes up. I think. So, in the next year, I should be reading this one. Fun times, fun times. And then, the last bookstore that we went to was called DMV Books. And I bought 2 Stephen King books. So, these are the rest of the series. So, I believe the Colorado Kid, I believe, is the first one in that trilogy. And later is the third book in the trilogy. So now I'm complete. I am now complete with that trilogy when I get to it. So I'm very excited about that. So those are all of the books that I bought last weekend or so, a few weekends ago by the time this actually goes up and live. But I'm not even going to attempt to hold them and show them because there's too many and they're all like spread out on the floor now because I'm just like, yeah. But that is all I have for you guys today. If you've read any of these books, let me know. I'd like to know what your thoughts on them because I'm very excited to read all of them. I'm always excited to read any of my books. And yes, that is all. So, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, a like, a comment, and do your thing. And I will see you in my next video, which will be who knows when. But stay tuned for more. So, thanks and bye guys!